Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bahashem Rakakwadash. Next, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor Camp here in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video on sincerity and in truth, and Lord willing, it can be edifying. And I want to title the name of this video to be for the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, going into the coming famines, all right, and the coming calamities that are going to befall not only here in America, Babylon the Great, but other parts in the world as we see it already coming. Right, you can go back to, it seems like it's old news now because there's so much going on, but just a few weeks back, dealing with Cuba, all right, and their unrest, as well as over in South Africa. All right, with the looting, and people taking food, all right, and just all out chaos. And we always said that those were just preludes of what's going to come to a head here in Babylon the Great very soon. All right, it seems like it's tearing. It seems like, it's not going to happen. All right, with all these things. But, hey, it's definitely in the pipeline. All right, because the Lord said his words are not going to go out void. But we also know that this devil on the left-hand side is making moves. All right, supply chain disruptions. All right, as well as manufactured shortages, food shortages. All right, they're literally going in and pulling food from shelves. They're literally they're turning away shipments. All right, shipments that are supposed to come in. From as far as global trade and whatnot, it's taking weeks for them to unload in the docks. All these different things. And these were things that came to light months ago, but you're not gonna feel it quite yet until maybe we believe through the Spirit these coming months. It's a big possibility. All right, once it gets cold, all right, once people pretty much settle in a little bit, all right, they can enforce another lockdown. All right, however the Lord wants them to do it, but we know that it's gonna come, and because of that, you're gonna have people literally losing their shit. It's going to be all out hell in the streets. And we know this, But I want to read this article and really just get into that point. Hey, the cities are going to be troubled. Men are going to be afraid because of the things that are coming upon this earth, man. All right, people think that they're all civilized, that they come together in a time of crisis when all that's going to fall apart. All right, because you really live, especially here in the Babylon the Great, you live in a very what's the word I'm looking for? They instant gratification. Okay, if you get hungry, you can just go to your local McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, Hardee's. You can go to a fast food chain to get some food, or you can go sit down in a restaurant and they'll make you food, or you can go to the grocery store and get the items that you need. But what's going to happen when you're no longer able to do that? When these storehouses suddenly appear empty, as the scriptures say. All right, when these fast food restaurants are shut down, or they don't have any food because they haven't received shipments, what are you going to do then? Do you have a plan? All right, you have some people out here prepping. All right, but that doesn't mean that they're going to escape judgment. All right, the average American, all right, really everybody over here that's outside of the elect, they're about to go through all types of hell and famine. All right, the lack of bread, the lack of water is a terrible thing, man. It's terrible. Scriptures say in Lamentations that they that be slain with the sword is better than they that be slain with hunger. And the Lord is about to starve you wicked ass people, man. The Lord is tired of speaking to you. He's tired of talking to you. He's tired of warning you. All right, you bucking up and just being fucking proud. All right, the pride of these Americans is at an all-time high right now. Whether it be the alphabet people, whether it be these damn Trump-loving Edomites, all right, the upper elites are proud as hell. Jake is proud as hell. Eve is proud as hell. All you people are proud, but that pride is going to be brought low. And famine, once again, the lack of bread, all right, because most people feel like there's never going to be a food shortage. You live your life as if you're always going to just have this abundance. But we'll see. All right, because that supply chain is being broken down. The Lord is causing things to be moved, but it's moving in the background. And because it's moving in the background and they're waving a bunch of bullshit in front of your face, all right, whether it be music, all right, music enchantments, whether it be sports, bread, and circus, all right, to distract the people, or just your everyday bullshit life. All these are distractions, but us, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, we're sitting on our watchtowers. We see what's going on in the background. We see the supply chain disruptions. We see that they're pulling food from the shelves. All right, and they'll call us, conspiracy theorists. All right, because we pay attention to the news, and they'll tell you these wicked elites, man. They put it all in the forefront for you to see. All right, but if you're spiritually dead, if you're spiritually asleep, you're not going to be paying attention to this. Okay, that's why we have to give that warning. We're sending out that warning. If we see it, hey, if you see something, say something. As the saying goes. All right, but this article right here is from August 4th. All right, so it's a little older, but nonetheless, all right, still has some good information in it. All right, this is from Idaho Statesman. It says, who's to blame when you can't get fast food, taco, or coffee? Or you can't get a fast food, taco, or coffee. Here's what's going on. Check this out. Because this affects everybody. In one way or another, it affects everyone. It says, when you see a sign outside a restaurant that says not all menu items may be available because of shortages, Alan Hodges asks you not to blame the trucking industry. That's what some people might do when fast food giant Taco Bell says on its website, sorry if we can't feed your current crave due to transportation delays. We may be out of some items at your local restaurant. It says, or when a competing chain, Del Taco, reports similar problems. A sign at its store at 1306 Broadway Avenue store in Boise on Sunday attributed shortage of some ingredients to a nationwide shipping delay. And this was going on with Chick-fil-A as well. For some reason their sauces were, they didn't have a lot of sauces and stuff, just different shit like that. But see, that's just toying with you people. Soon they're gonna fully pull it. Oh, we don't have chicken, or there's chicken shortage, there's beef shortages, pork shortages, which pork is unclean anyway, but nonetheless, overall just food, all right? Because you damn fat ass Americans, all right, you gluttonous Americans, all you want to do is stuff your damn face. All right, the average person can't go 4 or 5 hours without eating. Right? They eat not because they need to, but because they want to. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's in moderation. They do it because, hey, through the spirit, everybody here in Babylon the Great that's outside of the hopeful elect, the way that they live, the way that they move is to please that flesh. They do what's pleasing to the flesh. So eating is something that pleases the flesh, getting hungry and then eating and being full, That's why these fast food joints are so popular. They ain't even got to cook shit, which has caused pretty much everyone to be lazy. All right, everybody's in that spirit of Esau Edom, because if you go back to when Jacob supplanted Esau for his birthright and his blessing, all right, what? He sold his birthright. He sold his birthright for that morsel of meat. All right, because he had came back from hunting and he was hungry as hell. Instead of just waiting for the food to be done, he ate that shit. It wasn't cooked all the way. And Esau has pretty much that's the spirit that has translated over here to Babylon the Great. You don't want to wait, because hey, back in the ancient times, you would have to kill the animal, clean the animal, prepare all your sides, prepare, the vegetables or whatever you're going to have with it. All right, and then prepare that meat. And this was a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hour process sometimes. All right, but it was very nutritious. See, the food nowadays has no nutritional value, man. Little to no nutritional value, and the scriptures say that we were going to eat our defiled bread among the Gentiles, man. All right, this food doesn't. It has a lot. It's high in calories, high in fat, and it's not very nutritious to you, right? But people still lose their fucking minds over it. All right, it says what Taco Bell left unsaid is that it operates its own trucking fleet. So if there are shipping delays, it's due to the division in Louisville-based Young Brands Inc., not the trucking industry itself, said Hodges, the CEO of the Idaho Trucking Association in Boise. It says they have their own private fleets. Those chains do. Hodges said by phone. There's always been a shortage of drivers before the Crown and after Crown, but it's not to the point where stuff's not getting delivered. And you got somebody that tweeted this, says this Taco Bell mild sauce shortage in the country is absolutely ridiculous. Third T-Bell in a row out of mouth. And man, people are tweaking over, being out of a damn sauce. So how much more the meat, literally, right? It says Starbucks has also reported shortages. An online menu Tuesday showed 5 flavored iced teas were not available at the company store at 17th and State Streets. And remember when they Popeyes came out with that damn chicken sandwich, you had people literally fighting over that chicken sandwich, which that was kind of hinted at in that show, The Boondocks, where they were talking about that chicken. All right, and then the people, there was a shortage of chicken, and people lost their fucking mind. It was chaos in the streets. All right, men were not having pity upon their labor; they was literally beating each other's face in. Okay, and the same thing is going to happen in real life, in real time, and the Lord is going to amplify it. He's going to intensify it. These are little small things right now, and it's already agitating people. Just small sauces or small teas, not even really main things. All right, it says, once again, it says Starbucks has also reported shortages. An online menu Tuesday showed 5 flavored iced teas were not available at the company's store at 17th and State Streets. 10 others were. 6 hot coffee drinks were likewise unavailable out of 34 listed. Previously, Starbucks had a message on its app warning of possible shortages. That message was missing from the app on Tuesday. The problem, Hodges said, is the factories across the country shut down last year because of the Crown. And they've had a hard time getting back to pre-Crown production levels, and some raw ingredients have been in short supply, adding to manufacturing problems. And see, a lot of these raw ingredients, like there was videos coming out of these farmers being paid by the government to literally pour out all their milk. So a lot of this is manufactured, but it's all the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, because these famines of biblical proportions, the Lord said, what? He's going to smite Egypt again with plagues. All right, so these famines are going to come back, along with other things, diseases, darkness, those are just to name a few. But hey, even the scriptures speak about great famines to the point where women were eating their children. All right, how bad is it going to be? And the Lord said that this time that we're coming into is going to be a time like none other. So how bad is it really about to get to where it's even going to surpass a time where people were eating their own children? All right, think about it. It says it's a domino effect if they can't get their products manufactured and loaded onto a truck on time, Hodges said. They're blaming trucking, which during the Crown stood up and delivered for the nation. CBS News, citing social media reports, said Taco Bell had faced shortages of beef, chicken, hot sauce, and 10-inch tortillas. The Taco Bell at 3377 West State Street in Boise on Tuesday had all of those items, although when ordering online, customers had to search to add packets of hot sauce. Typically, they're easy to find. A sign on the front door said the ingredient shortages and delivery delays were responsible for unavailable menu items. Taco Bell did not reply to an Idaho statesman email requesting comment. Last April, Idaho Governor Brad Little joined Hodges and other state trucking industry officials in handing out lunches to 2,000 truckers passing through an Interstate 84 way station east of Boise. The government thanked the truckers for their role in delivering products during the pandemic. Former President Donald Trump called truckers heroes during remarks on the White House lawn in April 2020. Says the shortages of toilet paper and ammunition and stuff wasn't because of trucking, Hodges said. It was the manufacturers that couldn't keep up, right? But see, they're also going to break, once again, like I mentioned, they're going to break down the supply chain. All right, they're saying this with the manufacturing, but hey, also there's going to be a trucking shortage. All right, because through the Spirit, we see that Esau is starting to make that Vanessa mandatory, and if they could, a lot of these companies, they could, these trucking companies could mandate it for their truckers, and they say, hell no, I'm not dealing with that shit. And you lose, like I think the elder brother Taziah was going into it. You know, he mentioned that, like, hey, you have 70% of these truckers that won't take it, and they're not running these these deliveries. All right, it's gonna be, hey, food is not gonna end up in stores, food is not gonna end up in restaurants, which is gonna cause the price of those foods to go up, because the food that is coming in, it's a shorter supply, so you're gonna have to, and the demand will be the same if not higher, so they're gonna have to hike the price. All right, but also that means there's just going to be a shortage of it. Okay, so you got another tweet. It says, this is white boy Bon Iver. It says, Taco Bell, I know there's a shortage on ingredients, but when I order a Crunchwrap Supreme, I expect a tad more than a hard shell taco wrapped in a soft shell taco. That's crazy. Which really, we're not supposed to be eating this damn fast food anyway. But nonetheless, all right, but that's pretty much the point. This is just a microcosm of what's to come. All right, this is the beginning. People complaining about little shit. All right, but soon little shit is going to turn into big shit. There's literally going to be a lack of food to the point where people will be fighting over these same little condiments, man. People going to be eating fucking tires and shit. And then what? They're going to resort to eating each other. All right, but this is 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, right? Because this is going to come upon everyone, right? And yes, we will, as the hopeful elect, be in the midst of it. But the Lord said what? He says, my servants shall eat. So if we be the Lord's servants, he's going to come through on that promise, and he's going to allow his servants to eat. We don't know how. We don't know exactly how it's going to go down, happen. And we don't know when, but we know it's going to happen. All right. Verse 15, it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. Right, the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, man. Hey, it's time. All right, it's time for Babylon to fall. It's time for this shit to come to a head, man. All right, the Lord has been systematically breaking this place apart, and he's getting ready for that grand finale, man. Okay, it says, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, and what's the modern day sword? It's a gun, or really any instrument that's used to harm. But in the modern sense, it's a gun, right? It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, right? People are going to be clicking up, all right, and basically hitting licks, so to speak, just for the lingo. They're going to be hitting licks. They're going to be hitting stores, all right? They're going to be robbing trucks on some Fast and Furious shit. All right, and then when those places are depleted of things, because what the scriptures say, that the full storehouses are going to suddenly appear empty. What is going to be the next resort? All right, within these suburbs and even the hoods and the barrios, they're going to go door to door. All right, because a lot of these damn Edomites, they go and buy their rice, and you even have some that are preppers that put away large supplies of food. Those are going to be the places that are hit next. It says, they shall, verse 15 again, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. It says, a man shall desire to go into his city and shall not be able. Why? Because eventually martial law is going to be declared. All right. It's gonna get so bad out here that they're gonna have to bring the UN troops, all right, and they're gonna have to shut off these borders. All right, that's how bad it's gonna get, man. You're gonna have you remember the BLM riots and shit, but it's gonna far surpass that. People are literally gonna be out here getting put to death. All right, verse 18, it says, but for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right, it's because of you people's fucking pride. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, you people think that nothing's ever going to happen, but it's happening right before your face, and you can't do shit about it. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right, you see old John across the street, old Timmy, and you're not going to have pity upon him in that day, man. And I'm speaking about the people, the inhabitants of Babylon the Great, man. I'm not speaking about the hopeful elect. I'm just putting it in perspective. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Once again, all right, that sword, man. They're going to search these houses and destroy these houses with what? The sword. The modern day sword is the gun, and spoil their goods, man. They're gonna take whatever they want. You know, like Elder Malcolm will put up that video of Big Brody. He said, yeah, we eating good tonight. You know, and that's something that's gonna happen too. All right, when they start saying you need the Vanessa to get this get food out of stores, and you know Jake not going for it, they're gonna start robbing people that come about the stores, man. They're just gonna take your shit. All right, and then they're gonna resort to going in people's houses and taking their spoils, man. Taking their food, taking their water, taking supplies, medical supplies. You know, what else? Stuff to wash yourself with, soap and whatnot, deodorant, hair products, and even you. You know, women are going to be taken. Women are a part of spoils. You know, it says that even in our law. And if you don't have that tawad, man, really, if you don't have a man, all right, that's why Isaiah 4:1 is going to hit so heavy. All right, because you have all these women living on their own. You have all these women saying they don't need a man. They got their kids living with them and shit, but they don't have a man there. All right, they're not going to be able to be stopped, even if they have a man, really. All right, but you know, nonetheless, you know, you're supposed to have a man for that protection, because women are about to be showed that. I mean, really, all right, the weakness is going to be in the forefront, man. You know. Because you're going to see a lot of these women they're going to fold. If men are going to fold, women are definitely about to fold, man. But this ain't even about them. You know? They're going to, it says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right? Because we coming into a time that has never been on the earth, nor never shall be, as the scriptures say. So because of all these things, man, this is going to be the result. Pure chaos, pure anarchy. You can refer back to the Purge movies for all of this, and that's what's coming. These are the times that we're in, and let them add weather into the mix, man. Let it fuck around and get cold, right? It's a recipe for disaster, but we know that these things, all right, are the beginning of sorrows. These things are going to sum up into what Jacob's trouble is going to be. And all we have to do is watch and continue to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Keep doing what's pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so that we're worthy to escape the perils and the calamities that are coming upon this place. We put our faith and trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua to deliver us. All right, and you can use wisdom. It ain't nothing wrong with getting some water here, getting some rice there. All right, but we don't really care about that. You know. Because we believe wherever we're at, the Lord is going to protect us. Okay? But, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, love, salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.